Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host, Doug, here with your video blog for May 16th, 2014. I have a great blog planned for you today. We're going to go through the New York sports update. The Knicks have released some of their top coaching candidates at this point. I'll give you my winner at Lowe's and at the Preakness this weekend. MLB Power Rankings as well. MLB action, we're going to talk Masahiro Tanaka, as he has been great for the Yankees. Hernandez in more trouble, but first let's get to the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs are now into the conference final stage. Last night we had 2 Game 6s. The Wizards lost to the Pacers 93-80. Marcin Gortat played well, but David West was too good. And down the stretch, the Pacers closed the game on a 20-6 run. The other game we saw, the Clip Show taking on the Thunder. The Clippers really struggled in the second half to move the ball. I watched most of the second half of that game. Kevin Durant was outstanding with 39 and 16. And the Thunder move on to the Western Conference Finals 104-98. So that's going to set up our conference finals of, in the East, we'll see the number 1 seed Pacers against the number 2 seed Miami Heat. I'm just going to say I think this series is going to be a lot closer than people thought. We saw Miami be very vulnerable in that last series against a not great defensive team in Brooklyn. Indiana is a better defensive team. They're probably not as good offensively, but I think Indiana can definitely win 2 games in this series. So I could see Miami winning this series in 6. And in the other series, we're going to have the Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Another 1 versus 2 matchup. I like the Spurs in this series. I think the Spurs have too many guys that can knock down a jumper. The Thunder really have 2 guys that score a lot for them. Serge Ibaka might be hurt. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Serge. So I'm gonna take the Spurs in 7 in that series. So that's gonna be a great series to watch. And those series get started up Sunday afternoon. We'll have the Thunder, not the Thunder. Sunday afternoon we'll have the Pacers and the Heat. That game's gonna be at 3:30. On ABC. It's going to be an exciting one for sure, so definitely tune into that. Just a little update on the Los Angeles Clippers situation. Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling has now said he will not pay the $2.5 million fine that has been levied against him. I don't know what's going to happen with this. Really, I think this is going to go to divorce court with him and his wife, Shelly. It's going to be an absolute mess for a long time. And ultimately, I think eventually, down the road, this team will be sold. But this could be a 2-year process. I don't know what the NBA should do. I think they just need to let it be. Let the Clippers work through this. And let the Clippers find their way out of this issue. Okay? That's what's going to happen. It's going to get caught up in divorce court. And it's going to be messy for a while. Both of the people are creeps. And we'll see what happens. Okay, we had breaking news into the Sports Blogging Grill yesterday. An Hernandez update. Hernandez has now been indicted on a 2nd murder charge, okay? He was indicted in a 2012 double homicide in the Boston area, okay? Hernandez ambushed and shot to death. Let's see. Yeah, this is following this is all alleged, okay? He's been indicted against the former NFL star who was already awaiting trial, of course, for the shooting death of Odin Lloyd. The victim in this killing, Daniel De Abreu and Masahiro Furtado, shot to death in a car as they waited at a red light on a July night in Boston's South End neighborhood, okay? I mean, this is just something you do not expect, okay? Hernandez, decent-looking guy, a good guy from what we thought, but it just comes down to you don't know who people really are, okay? We saw some small issues with some nightclub fights and some bar fights when he was at Florida. Definitely spiraled out of control, and Hernandez has shown that he is not a very legitimate guy, and really, I think when it comes to sports, people bagged on the Patriots for getting rid of him without. People are always playing the innocent until proven guilty card. In sports, I think it's different, okay? In sports, if you have issues, you got to be kicked off the team. You can't be on the team if you've been linked to murder and now a double murder. I think the Patriots get the big thumbs up in this situation. And Aaron Hernandez, it just comes down to a guy that slipped through the cracks on the screening process, and that sometimes happens, okay? That's all it comes down to. We'll definitely follow this case as more details become available, but this guy slipped through the cracks. It happens a lot, and it happened again with Aaron Hernandez. Okay, time for some Major League Baseball action. Let's get your MLB Power Rankings. Pretty much the same pack of teams this week. Coming in at number 5, we have the Atlanta Braves. They drop a spot. They're my loser of the week. They went 1-2. They're now 22-17, leading the National League East. Detroit, my winner of the week at number 4, 24-12. They went a 3-0 week. They jump up a spot to number 4 as they lead the National League Central. Number 3, San Francisco Giants, really making a play for that top 2 spot. I think they could be by next week, 27-15. They're now 3-1 during this week. Number 2, the Oakland A's. They stay at the top at 25-16 at 2-1 for the week. And finally, the Brewers continue their reign 3 straight weeks at number 1, 26-15, coming off a 2-1 week. And my team to watch has to be the Los Angeles Angels, 7th place right now, 22-18, really making a run at the top 5 at this point. Alright, Yankees pitching staff has been a disaster as of late. Masahiro Tanaka, though, has not. Masahiro Tanaka has been great for the Yankees. 6-0 on the year, 2.17 ERA. He's thrown 58 innings, just allowed 46 hits. He struck out 66 and walked just 7. And really, when it comes down to it, the scouting report I gave on him after watching some tape of him is absolutely accurate. I gave you sneaky velocity. That 92-mile-an-hour fastball is sneaky because he has a slight hitch in his windup and also that great splitter. There was a statistic out a couple weeks ago. He's thrown the most pitches out of the strike zone. He's thrown, I think, out of 112 pitches, 108 is his rank in pitches out of the strike zone. But his chase rate is number 1 in Major League Baseball. And the ultimate question people ask is, can this guy hold up? And I think I don't even think it matters if he can hold up. You babied Jabba Chamberlain, you babied Ian Kennedy, you babied Phil Hughes. Now you just got to let this guy go. Masahiro Tanaka is a professional. People are saying he's going to struggle because of that splitter. He uses a lot more wrist on his splitter than arm, okay? So that's going to be big for him. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but I'm taking Masahiro Tanaka. I love the guy. I love what he does, and I love his poise. I'm taking Masahiro Tanaka, and I think he's going to be a good guy for the Yankees for the next couple of years. Time for your New York sports update. Last night, Yankees win 1-0 off an Alfonso Soriano double. Chase Whitley pitched well. Dellin Betances, 2 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts. That's impressive. Yankees split with the Mets over the 4-game series. They're now 21-19, just a half game back. Carlos Beltran on the DL, could be on the DL for up to 2 months. Zoilo Almonte, if you remember him from last year, he's been called up. Yankees at home tonight for a 3-game set with the Pirates. They'll face off against Edison Volquez. 1-3, 4.36, and David Phelps 0-0, 4.09. Mets, of course, split with the Yanks, 19-21 now, 33.5 games back. Mets travel down to Washington for a game with the Nats. It'll be Jonathan Neese, 2-2, 2.17 versus Tanner Roark, 2-1, 3.65. And the Knicks have narrowed down their coaching job to Luke Walton, Tyronn Lue, and Derek Fisher. Okay, but still I think they got to make a run at Mark Jackson. NASCAR this weekend at Lowe's Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Challenge. I'm taking Dale Jr. in this one. And at the Preakness, California Chrome, a 3-5 favorite. I don't like him. Little banged up. I'm going Social Inclusion at 5-1. Conference Finals Game 1, we'll talk Monday. MLB action and headlines. Always remember to follow me on Twitter at YankeeBaller415. That is YankeeBaller415. Comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I'll be back on Monday. Have a good weekend.